What is going on, Mavs fans? Welcome in, and what a game we just watched. Yeah, Mavericks didn't get the win, 102 to 110, but we're going to be diving into why this was possibly the best showing that we've seen from this Maverick squad so far this season, as well as our expectations, especially when Kyrie comes back. And what do you think as we are now 7 games in? We still got a long way to go. 75 more games. But what are your expectations over those 75 games? As well as shots fired at the Mavericks coming in from the NHL over the lawsuit. All that and more coming at you next. The 2-4 Dallas Mavericks took on the 3-2 Houston Rockets. Now, of course, Mavericks sit at 2-5, Rockets sit at 4-2 respectively, as the Mavericks fall to the Rockets 102 to 110. But here's the thing. This was probably, in my opinion, the best game that we've seen from the Mavericks. And I know Cody, we lost. What are you talking about, bro? And I'm like, man, but we played with the most heart I've seen us play. We've played the toughest I've seen us play. And I know you're going to tell me with what I'm about to say, Cody, they're ranked 8 defensively. This is the best defensive game that we've seen from the Mavericks this season. And I know you're going to say, well, they held OKC. If you go back and watch that OKC game as many times as I have, you'd see OKC let us off the hook. We gave up way too many open looks, guys not getting out to the shooter when we're transitioning and stuff like that. So we got let off the hook on that game. And the other game you're going to bring up is the Indiana Pacers. When we played none of their starters. We played the end of their bench at some points. So those were honeypot games to me. But this game, we played KD. We played Amon Thompson. We played Sengun. We played their best players. And we doubled. When we came off those doubles, we were hustling to our guys. We were getting the hand in the face of shooters. We were forcing the missed shots. And we made our halftime adjustments as well. I've been very, very critical of this team, especially coming out of halftime. But this time around, we saw Amon Thompson put up 20 in the first half, and we made sure to kind of lock him down and help secure him there in the second half. He does still end with a great, great performance. Ends with 27. But if you're telling me that, hey, we're going to let this guy score 20 in the first half, but then we're going to be able to hold him to 7 points in the second half, we're really going to lock it down, I'll take that. Rebounding, still an issue. We knew the Rockets were going to be out-rebounding us. They came in as the number 1 offense. They came in as the number 1 offensive rebounding team, putting up second chance points, and they came in as the number 1 free throw team, having the biggest free throw disparity between fouls they commit and free throws attempted. They are number 1 in the league last night by a large margin, by I think 10 or 12 differential. And we were able to clamp down on all that. Part of that due to, of course, PJ Washington, who, man, that late game block against Kevin Durant, just, I don't know about y'all, but I was coming out of my seat. My wife was yelling at me to settle down because our kids are sleeping. And I'm probably being loud right now as they sleep over there and I'm in my office. But, man, I was hyped. I hope y'all were hyped too because, again, chef's kiss. D'Angelo Russell, I know 2 for 10, but he does produce 12 assists. And that was something that I've been preaching, again, before I even started this show, when I was going on other podcasts. When we signed D'Lo, I said, look, D'Lo's going to D'Lo. He's a chunker. But if we can kind of get him to rein that in a little bit, the way he's going to be able to facilitate the ball for us, that's why I want him to be our starting point guard. I want him to more focus on facilitating because that man can do it. He is a true point guard when he wants to be, but he just has to get in that mindset. We gotta kind of wrangle him in a little bit. Najee Marshall tries to impact the game. 22 minutes for him, only 9 points, 4 of 11 shooting, and is what it is. He put up 1 for 4 from three-point land. Sorry, but hey, not everybody's gonna come out and ball every single night. And just unfortunately for Najee, it just wasn't his night. Putting the ball in the basket. Definitely some bigger impacts in other ways. He did have 2 steals. He had 2 assists as well. So he was still trying to impact the game. Played, again, 22 minutes. So to me, this was, again, the most complete game. Kevin Durant's 2 back-to-back threes late that he just came down. We had hands in the face. Had it all planned. Just unfortunately, Kevin Durant sometimes is gonna Kevin Durant. Sengun, we had him at 5 fouls. I wish we would have attacked a little bit more. And this is where I think the game kind of got away from us. This is where I get into I'm being a little hypercritical of the team. D'Angelo Russell made a pair of free throws at 2 minutes and 50 seconds to go. And then that last almost 3 minutes, we didn't score again. But I say this because Rockets went into the zone. We saw that. And we started cutting and chipping away. And we got back in. And then for some reason, we switched it up. We went to hero ball. D'Lo shoots a 3. They get the rebound. D'Lo comes to the other side, shoots a 3. We come down. We kick out. We shoot a 3. Like, we were doing good, chipping away, and then we decided, let's just hero ball. Let's hit a 3. Let's try and be the man. And unfortunately for us, it didn't work. It didn't, turn out in our favor. But again, take away the final 2 minutes of this game. The rest of it, the other 46 minutes of this game, was great to see as a Mavs fan. You got to think back to also the 3-point shot that got taken away from Klay Thompson. I really felt like the refs, and he came out, he hit that 3, and I thought, okay, cool, Klay's locked in. And then you just see the defeat in his face as the refs take that one away early. And I'm talking early in the first. And I gotta think that, man, Klay was coming out feeling it, and he just felt defeated. And then we just saw Klay kind of regress to the Klay that we've been seeing. On Klay Thompson, we've talked about it several times. Other people have talked about it several times. You see his plus-minus dip so heavy when he doesn't have a true point guard out there. So is this somebody that I think is going to be on this team at the end of the year? I don't think so. I think that's going to highly depend on if Kyrie comes back. Like we said last episode, Jason Kidd kind of giving us a tease here, trying to give the Mavs faithful a little bit of hope in what's looking like a desperate season. But if he does not come back, if they do decide to hold him off, then I think Klay is somebody that we potentially package up and send to a contender that's going to be looking for that 3-point shooting to help get them over the edge. Because again, I think if Klay has an actual point guard out there setting him up where he's able to plant his feet, set up, we know that stroke is butter. But at Klay's age and his ability, he's not going to be hitting those one-legged jump off on the run kind of threes. And unfortunately, this season has kind of been showing that. So I don't think Klay's quite going to be on here if Kyrie doesn't come back. Do I still think Klay has got the stroke? I 100% do. I think Klay could still be a major asset to this team. But we'll just have to wait and see how that goes. Waiting to see how that goes, we also have to look at, okay, Kyrie comes back. I know I've been saying it. I'm big Mavs homer. Man, when Kyrie comes back, though, man, just wait till Kyrie comes back. Ooh, this offense is going to look nice with Kyrie. This is still a guy in his early, mid-30s coming off ACL that we're going to say, hey, save our season. Be our savior. And we're putting a lot on a guy to come out and do that. And I was talking, preseason and rolling into this season. I thought we were a 50 to 52 win team if healthy on paper. The way we've been playing now and Kyrie coming back, I'm going to say we're a 40 to 42 win season. We're still going to try and hit that halfway point. We're going to be fighting for a playoff, like a play-in spot for the playoffs. Do I want that? I'll be 100% honest with you. Hell yeah, I want that. And let me tell you why. I know there's some Mavs fans that are already talking about let's tank. I even mentioned that this might be something that they look at depending on how the season goes come the All-Star break. There's a whole lot of caveats that go into, do I want us to tank? And it's like a 10% of me wants them to tank. A lot of dominoes got to fall to get into tank mode. But if you're telling me that we have a shot at a play-in spot, we have a shot at Cooper Flag, seeing playoff basketball and seeing what that's like, and again, we've only got a year or two window of Kyrie and maybe AD. I say maybe AD because we'll see if Mr. Glass can stay healthy. But if he can stay healthy, Kyrie comes back and he's being Kyrie, and then we can have Cooper Flag get some playoff time, and PJ Washington is playing like the leader of the team that he's been playing. Shout out to PJ Washington. Huge shout out to him. I can't shout him out enough. Then hell yeah, let's shoot for the play-in. Because if this roster is healthy, this is a dangerous roster that's going to make a deep run. So that's my take on the Mavericks and the game versus the Rockets. I do want to say one thing. The NHL commissioner has come out and said that he was amazed and appalled all at the same time, and he called the lawsuit by the Mavericks to the Stars frivolous. Of course, the injunction that was put in was actually thrown out, which is in favor of the Stars, and he equated this to the Mavericks trying to bully the situation, and he feels like that is because the Mavericks don't want to be at the AAC. They want to be doing other things, and a lot of the other things that they are doing are not even basketball focused. I mean, he's calling it straight. He's calling a spade. We already know the Mavericks don't want to be in the AAC. They want to build a casino resort where the Mavs play and everything like that. So can't hate on the comments towards the new ownership group of the Mavericks. But let me know what you think down in the comments. Mavs versus Stars, as well as what you thought about this game, Mavs versus Rockets. We are on to the next one, guys. Until then, peace out.